Oh, your ear's all funny. Our friend should be here soon. Oh, and here they are. Hugo, come on over here. You can sit right here if you want. No? Okay. Well, friends, today I have a wonderful book called A Kitten for Kim. Oh, he's a little sleepy today. Here you go. You get cozy. There. Good. And this is a book that my mom and dad read to me when I was little, and I would love to read it to you. It was one of my favorites. So welcome. So good to see you. One Kitten for Kim. Kim had a cat named Geraldine and 7 kittens. One kitten was striped like a tiny tiger. One was round and soft and white as snow. 2 were black as midnight sky. And 3 had black and white polka dots all over. Kim thought that having 7 kittens was fun. Kim's mother and father did not agree. Look at all those kittens. That would be pretty fun. There are too many cats in this house, said Kim's father one day. You may keep Geraldine and 1 kitten. You will have to give the others away. Yes, agreed Kim's mother. 2 pets are enough for 1 house. Kim chose the roundest and rolliest polka dot kitten for his own. He put the others in his mother's laundry basket and set the basket down in his yellow wagon. Away he went down the street with 6 kittens in his basket. Miss McGinty, who lived next door, was sweeping her sidewalk. What's in your basket, Kim? She asked with interest. Kittens, Kim told her. Would you like one for a pet? I am rather lonely, said Miss McGinty, and a kitten would keep me company. I have 2 goldfish, but goldfish are not good company. A kitten would curl up in my lap and purr. Miss McGinty stroked a little kitty's fur and then said, But what will I do with my goldfish? A kitten will grow up to be a cat, and a cat will eat goldfish. You could give the goldfish to me, said Kim brightly. Miss McGinty hurried into the house, and she came out carrying a round glass bowl. Inside the bowl, 2 golden orange fish were swimming around and around. They had shiny fins. They had tails like little waving fans, and their mouths were like tiny round O's. Kim thanked Miss McGinty. Then he set the glass bowl in his wagon, and away he went down the street with 5 kittens in his basket and 2 goldfish in a bowl. Kim pulled his wagon slowly because the water in the goldfish bowl went splish, splosh, sploosh. He pulled his wagon quietly because he was coming to Miss Murphy's house. Miss Murphy did not like noise. She did not like rattly wagons or squeaky wheels or noisy children. Miss Murphy sat on her porch, quietly rocking. Hello, Miss Murphy, said Kim politely. I have some kittens to give away. Nice, quiet ones, he added. Did you say quiet kittens? Asked Miss Murphy. May I see them? She peered into the basket, and the kittens were curled up in soft balls, and they were making quiet purring sounds. You can see that she has a sign in her yard that says, shh. She loves quiet, I can tell. Wait a minute here, Kim, said Miss Murphy, hurrying up the steps to the door. She came out with a golden cage, and inside it was a large green parrot, awking and squawking noisily. This is Skipper, she explained. My brother, who is a sea captain, brought him to me from far across the sea. Skipper is a very noisy bird. He chatters and he whistles and he sings the sailor's hornpipe. I simply can't stand noisy pets. Would you trade one of your nice, quiet kittens for a nice, noisy parrot? Kim was delighted. Miss Murphy chose a round polka dot kitten that was curled up, quietly asleep. Kim took the awking and squawking parrot and set the cage carefully in the wagon. He thanked Miss Murphy. Then away he went down the street with 4 kittens in the basket, 2 goldfish in a bowl, and 1 green parrot in a cage. Kim turned the corner and stopped in front of Mr. Wiggins' store. Mr. Wiggins was making bright pyramids of oranges and red apples on his fruit stand. He looked a little bit cross. What's the matter, Mr. Wiggins? Asked Kim. It's those pesky mice, exclaimed Mr. Wiggins. They keep nibbling at my fruits and my cheeses. What you need is a cat, said Kim. I could give you a kitten, and it will grow up to be a cat, and a cat will chase away the mice. Mr. Wiggins smiled. I could use 2 kittens, and he picked up 2 little kittens as black as midnight sky. And then he said, come with me, Kim. I have something to show you. You can see those naughty little mice down here, just trying to get up and get a little taste. I wonder what he has. Let's see. In the back of the store, there was a box with 4 wiggly brown puppies inside. Would you like to have one, Kim? Asked Mr. Wiggins. Sure, thanks, said Kim with a wide grin. He chose the puppy with the silkiest fur, the floppiest ears, and the droopiest tail. And he put the puppy in a small box, and he set the box in the wagon, and away he went down the street with 2 kittens in his basket, 2 golden fish in a bowl, 1 green parrot in a cage, and a wiggly brown puppy in a box. Well, I'll show that picture to you. 4 puppies. My goodness, I just have 1, and that's enough for me. I guess I have 2. They're both kind of quiet right now, and I'm really glad. Kim turned right at the next corner and stopped to watch Mr. Green, who was working on his chicken yard. Rap, rap, rap went Mr. Green's hammer. Those are nice chickens you have there, said Kim in a friendly voice. Mr. Green stopped hammering and looked around. The hens are nice, he said. They give me fresh eggs every day. But I'm going to get rid of that pesky rooster. Every morning, very early, he crows and wakes me up. I think we will put him in the soup pot. Oh, don't do that, cried Kim. Give him to me. Then I'll give you a kitten. Mr. Green looked into the basket and smiled. That's a fine idea, he said. My little girl has a birthday tomorrow. I bet she'll love this polka dot kitten for a birthday present. bet some of you have chickens. I know we have lots of chickens here at school. Mr. Green chased a shiny black rooster around the chicken yard until he caught him. And he put the rooster in a small crate and set the crate in Kim's wagon. Thanks, Mr. Green, called Kim as away he went down the street with, maybe you can do this with me, 1 kitten in his basket, 2 goldfish in a bowl, 1 green in a cage, and a wiggly brown, that's right, puppy in a box, and a shiny black rooster in a crate. You friends are so good with your memories. Okay. As Kim turned the next corner, he thought, I have just 1 kitten to give away. And then he saw Millicent May and her mother in the yard. Millicent was crying and looking very unhappy. Miss May looked a little unhappy too. What's wrong with Millicent? Kim asked. Miss May sighed. Millicent is crying because she wants a tiger for a pet. Yesterday we went to the circus, and Millicent loved the tigers. She said that she won't stop crying until we buy her one. Kim had a bright idea. I have a kitten that looks a little like a tiger. Maybe Millicent would like it. And he lifted out the last kitten out of the basket. It was yellowish with black stripes. It had a little tiger face and wide green eyes. Kim put the kitten in Millicent's lap. She stopped crying and smiled a big smile. Tiger, said Millicent happily as she stroked its fur. Miss May was delighted. Why, thank you, Kim. Would you like to trade for a little chameleon we got at the circus? Millicent doesn't want it. Look at that friendly little squirrel sitting on the watering can. Makes me think of Evelyn. Kim peered into the glass jar, and there was a tiny green animal covered with scales. It had a little pointed face and a long green tail. I've never seen a chameleon before, cried Kim. Yes, thank you. I'll trade for that. Carefully he set the glass jar in the wagon, and away he went toward home with an empty basket, 2 goldfish in a bowl, 1 green parrot in a cage, a wiggly brown puppy in a box, a shiny black rooster in a crate, and a tiny green chameleon in a jar. As he pulled his wagon into the yard, Kim shouted excitedly, Hey Mom, Dad, I found a home for every single kitten. Aren't you glad? And that is the end of this story. And I'm sure the beginning of another adventure. Could you imagine having all those animals in your house to take care of? That would be a lot of work. And I'm sure a lot of fun. Well, Hugo is still sleeping. Oh, he's got a nice stretch. Thank you again for joining us for another time in the cozy corner with myself and Hugo, the wonder dog. I'm so glad that you joined us. It's so good to see you, and please know that we think about you and send you lots of love and big hugs wherever you may be. And we will see you again next week for another story in the cozy corner. Okay, I'm going to quietly sneak away so he can keep sleeping. But be kind, be loving, and be adventuresome. Bye-bye.